Tottenham boss Ryan Mason aimed a thinly veiled jibe at Daniel Levy ahead of their clash against Leeds on Sunday, which could be his final game in charge. Tottenham interim boss Ryan Mason has taken aim at chairman Daniel Levy over the club's inconsistent hiring practices by suggesting the players have been impacted by their constant change in management styles. Mason could be in charge for the final time on Sunday against Leeds as the club look for a new manager, and the blunt nature of his comments suggest that he believes Levy is to blame for the club's struggles on the pitch this season. Spurs are facing a battle just to qualify for European competition next season after sliding all the way from a place in the top 4 to 8th in the Premier League following the departure of Antonio Conte. Mason's side have lost 5 of their last 7 games in the Premier League, including a 6-1 demolition at the hands of Newcastle earlier this month, although his predecessor Christian Stellini was in charge for that particular match. And the 31-year-old has alleviated some of the blame from the players, suggesting the Levy and the club's inconsistent approach to hiring managers with different tactical styles has been far from ideal. We've had 2 or 3 different styles of football over the last few years, and I don't think that's helpful for any of the players, the club or the staff, Mason said. I would like people to know what to expect when you see a Tottenham player or anyone that works at the club. Levy has come under fire for some of his managerial hires over the past 2 years. Since sacking Mauricio Pochettino in 2019, he has brought in Jose Mourinho, Nuno Espirito Santo, Antonio Conte and hired Stellini until the end of the season. In between those hires and sackings, Mason has been forced to steady the ship as a caretaker boss, and he is a fan's favourite to get the job permanently. But it seems he may be snubbed by Levy as Spurs were rejected again in their search for a new manager. Feyenoord boss Arne Slot joined the growing list of names that includes Julian Nagelsmann and Vincent Kompany in turning down a reported approach from the club. Celtic head coach Ange Postecoglou looks to be the new favourite to land the job, although it remains to be seen whether the Australian will be keen to leave the Scottish champions. Mason was also quizzed about the future of Harry Kane and his impact at the club, urging Spurs to have a contingency plan in place if the striker leaves. Manchester United are thought to be preparing a bid for the 29-year-old as his contract expires next summer. I can't sum it up because he's still our player. When you sum something up, it's a closed chapter and you're talking about, Mason said before resuming. There needs to be a succession plan. That's not talking about Harry, that's talking about every player and member of staff. In terms of strengthening the squad, the number of new arrivals could depend on whether they qualify for Europe, with Brentford still able to leapfrog Spurs into 8th place and seal a Europa Conference League place. But Mason has warned their bloated squad needs trimming before new arrivals can be considered, and again appeared to aim a dig at Levy by questioning targeting new players before a new manager is brought in. There is work because we have a big squad, a lot of players on loan and decisions to make. First, a lot of decisions to make about current squad, he said. Most important, work away from transfer window, need manager in place, commitment, an idea. You can't do transfer business without a manager because doesn't fit his idea.